Hello and welcome to my workshop journey. We're really cracking on with my new project now, which is a couple of kitchen wall cabinets, and I'm going to be making them out of the oak that I've got stored in the shed here. We left the last episode with being able to work out how much I needed, and a rough cutting list means I need 22.5 linear meters. I'd measured what I'd got here last week at about 16.5, so I've just got some extra, and because most of these pieces are 100 millimeters and above, I'm going to be able to split them down the middle, so I'm trusting that this is going to be the balance of what I need. Now, thinking back to the previous project I had with the kitchen shelf, again made of this oak, the problem I came across last time was the problem of the cupping of the timber, and I made the mistake of putting it through the thicknesser first rather than the planer. So my first job this afternoon is to work through all of these pieces here with the straight edge to make sure I know which way the timber's moving, and then I can mark it and work from there on the planer to start with. So that's my first job, actually work out which side needs to go through the machine first. Right, so the first piece, that is low in the middle. How about this side? I would expect, yeah, that's top high in the middle. So that's the side I'm going to be working first. A little low in the middle. Little low, and I thought I'd use some chalk to show me which side I need to be working on first. That way I won't get confused by thinking I'm seeing something when I'm not. Now, by and large, that hump is about this. But that side is just about there. But all in all, I'm going to take that side out. So you get the picture. I'm going to work through this lot, and then we can start actually doing the machining. So here's the stack of wood and the sides I'm going to be working first clearly marked, but you'll have noticed this one in particular, it had some worm damage done, so it's going to be in, and other pieces definitely showing some sign of rot, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly what I'm left with when I start to machine it. But that's where the surprise comes in. First time I've had this sort of wood to deal with, and just looking here, some wormholes as well. So as I say, it's going to be interesting to see what I get when I start to get under the surface. Anyway, let's get the planer set up. So here we go. I've set the cutter depth to about 0.5 millimetre. I don't really want to lose too much material, so I'm just going to take it nice and steady, and we'll see where we get. The figuring on the oak is going to be very nice, and just want to make sure that the vacuum's working properly. You might not be able to see it from where the camera is, but up in that top corner there's a big pile in the tubing, so I might move this to nearer the vacuum itself. Okay, let's get that sorted. And that's still jamming, so let's see why. Still plenty of room. There's a leak somewhere. That's closed, that's closed. It's underneath the table. Okay, let's pop that tap on the vacuum. I'm just going to have to lower the hopper and clear it manually. That's why. Right, let's try this. It's not caught the safety catch. Right, just check the bin, but I don't think that's going to be full, but it is jamming underneath the table again, so let me clear that out. Right, that's got all of the planks done on one side. Just want to do the square sections, and that won't be as long a job, but it's coming up nicely. And yes, there is a little bit of insect damage on some pieces, but we can work around that. So it's a pain that this keeps choking up every so often, but never mind. So that's it, just put the worked pieces back on the bench. Right, there we are. So where are we at? I've milled the first side of all of the wood. Next time I'm going to be doing the edge of all the wood, and I've just had an interesting conversation with my neighbour Tim, and thanks ever so much Tim for your input on this. But you remember I was doing all of this milling on half mill cuts. His suggestion is I increase the depth of the cut to 1.5 millimeters, because that way I'm going to be minimising the wear on the cutter. So I'll bear that in mind for next time when I'm doing these edges, and then we can decide where I'm going to be cutting, and after I've put everything through the thicknesser as well. So thanks ever so much for coming along with me on this journey, and only one last job to do now, and that's to empty the dustbin again. And been ever so pleased with all this milling, and really it's only twice that I've had to empty the dust extractor, so I'm pleased with that. As I say, thanks for coming along with me, and welcome again to all the new subscribers to the channel, and I'll see you next time.